So today I'll be doing a video discussing the 6th Calamity revealed and why we are going to be revealed to the new Calamity from the Dark Continent. Now, if you guys don't know about the Calamities, currently there are 5 Calamities that have came from the Dark Continent, and we know that there are different specimens that were obtained from each of the different Dark Continent voyages, and they're actually broken up into many different categories. A1 meaning that they attack without any warning and they leave off a body harm that pretty much is going to assure that you're going to die, whereas A2 means that any ecological thing or behaviors or like anything around them, any lives that are around them may be in danger, and the body harms that they leave, they don't necessarily confirm that they're going to kill you, but they will leave lifelong after effects on you. So that's the difference between A1 and A2 before we get into the 5 Calamities. And the first Calamity that we have is Brion the Weapon, and we know that he is the true protector of the mysterious ancient ruins. He is the unidentifiable spear with an A1 ferocity level and an A1 body harm. And I'm not gonna lie, this guy is looking very hyped just because the fact that he's an unidentified spear and it's trapped on a human body, I want to know how did that even happen on Dark Continent. This guy looks very spooky. And speaking of spooky, the next one is AI, the gas life form, the desire of codependence, and we see that this has an A2 ferocity with an A1 bodily harm. So I do think that this life form, it might be on a little bit more calm side just because it is required for codependence. So I'm very interested to see how AI, the life form, does. It does look very spooky too. But the third one that we have, which is probably one of the most hyped up one, is Hellbell, the two-tailed snake, which is the apparition of murderous contagion. Basically means that he uses illusions to murder people, which is kind of messed up. We found out that he has an A1 level ferocity with an A2 body harm. So Hellbell, I can see them actually running into this one first. A two-headed snake, that is going to be something crazy to see. And the fourth one that we see is Papu, the human feeding beast, which also lives off of pleasure and life exchanging with an A2 ferocity and a B1 body harm. And I actually do like this one the most just because it adds a little bit of flavor, because we see that it's said that it does basically give you pleasure in exchange for your life, and we see that it gives you a B level body harm, which is different from all the other levels of Calamities. So I'm interested to see how they're going to actually handle this Calamity. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it. And last but not least, we have Zobe, the immortal sickness, the deceiver of hope and endless despair, basically meaning that they are an A2 level threat and you're basically forced to live with eternal sickness and diseases. So it's kind of like an eternal hell if you think about it. To be honest, this would be the most vicious one to get, basically living as a sick and just crippled person for the rest of your life. Yeah, I definitely would not want to have that. And as for the 6th Calamity, I definitely do believe that once they do return from the Dark Continent after this voyage, because currently they're heading there, once they come back, they will bring something that will be another Calamity, and I believe that it will be related to Nanika. And the reason why I say related to Nanika is because we know that Nanika is a mysterious creature that just randomly attaches itself to Aluka, and I believe that this 6th Calamity will be the same species as Nanika, but it will be very different. I believe that it will have an A1 level provocation and basically an A1 level body harm, but basically how Nanika has her restraints on her powers where she can't necessarily do whatever she wants, I believe that this form will actually be able to do whatever he wants without having any restraints, because it's going to be coming straight from the Dark Continent. And this time I believe that it will be retrieved by Beyond Netero, but this time I do believe that instead of the Calamity coming back and causing a whole bunch of trouble, while I do believe that it will kill some people along the way, I believe that him and Beyond Netero will be good friends, just because we've seen that Netero, he was able to befriend a monster like Meruem. I think that his son Beyond Netero will be the first person to ever, well, I guess you could say second person if you're counting Nanika as a Calamity, but really the first person to take a big Calamity and actually, I guess, make friends with it. I believe that Beyond Netero, he will try to do that once he brings it back from the Dark Continent, because if we know anything about Netero, the Netero bloodline, they definitely do love a challenge. So who's not to say that Beyond Netero won't bring this 6th Calamity back and try to keep it for himself and actually become a good friend of it. Comment what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.